Berkeley, California has become the first city in the U.S. to approve a soda tax in response to the city's high rate of diabetes and obesity. Rachel Silverman tells us about one group of supporters that launched a campaign in the hopes of reducing sugar consumption and improving public health.
My name is Nick. I'm with the Yes on D campaign in favor of the soda tax that's going to be on the ballot in Berkeley.
Volunteers are working the phones in this Northern California college town, ground zero for the war against soft drinks. They call their campaign Berkeley versus Big Soda, and it pits nearly every elected official in Berkeley against one of the country's most powerful industries, the Goliath that produces soft drinks. Those who vote yes on Measure D will be voting for a 1-cent tax per ounce on sugary drinks.
We need to start a movement that alerts the country, first our city, but then the state and then the country, to the dangers of the sugar-sweetened beverages.
City Council member Lori Capitelli says he's alarmed by the rates of obesity and diabetes in Berkeley, particularly for children.
Almost 40% of our kids, our ninth graders, are either overweight or obese. 1/3 of the kids in Berkeley, age 12 and 13, will likely wind up with diabetes in their lifetime. That number goes to 1 in 2 when you talk about African American and Latino kids.
Supporters of the soda tax say the higher prices will discourage people from drinking sugary drinks, which will in turn lead to a decrease in obesity, diabetes, and other health issues. But those against the tax say it unfairly targets people who buy soft drinks, often those at the lowest end of the income scale.
It's regressive in that it has a disproportionate impact on folks at the lower income level. It's misguided in that the city of Berkeley has higher priorities to be dealing with than regulating people's food and beverage choices. And it's expensive in that it's going to end up costing consumers and the businesses in Berkeley millions of dollars in lost revenue at a time when they can least afford it.
Take a closer look at Measure D, the Berkeley beverage tax, and you start to notice something strange.
No on D has raised serious money for the campaign and filled a war chest with more than $2 million, more than enough to pay for a series of slick television spots.
The principal funders of the No on Measure D campaign is the American Beverage Association California PAC.
And who are the principal funders of that?
Those are the beverage companies, Pepsi, Coke, Dr. Pepper, Snapple, those companies.
The campaign for the soda tax started out as a grassroots effort, with campaigners going door to door in Berkeley neighborhoods to get their message out.
Hi, my name is Evelyn. I'm a volunteer with Yes on D in favor of the soda tax.
The Yes campaign recently got a big shot in the arm with a donation of $85,000 and some slickly produced TV commercials of its own from billionaire Michael Bloomberg, a former mayor of New York whose efforts to fight big soda in the Big Apple failed.
Let's reverse the epidemic. Vote yes to Measure D and no to childhood obesity and diabetes.
Some 30 special taxes on sugary drinks have been introduced in various states and cities across the United States since 2009, but none have passed. This Berkeley tax of 1 cent an ounce and an even tougher one of 2 cents an ounce up for a vote across the Bay in San Francisco may well be the first. Rachel Silverman for Telesur in Berkeley.